to the YouTube channel. Today you join me on a Saturday evening. I just finished work and I've just popped down now to one of my favourite ray marks in my area. I've done really well in the past year, but the issue we have at the moment in the Solent and in Hampshire, the dogfish are absolutely relentless. As you've seen, I popped down to that mark in about 25 minutes from my house, and it was just dogfish. So I'm hoping tonight I can battle through them and try and get a spotted in Solent Ray, especially for my tronic sport pre-season, because unfortunately I caught them before the competition started and I haven't managed to get one since. But I've done really well on this area. I've had my PB undie from you and my PB spotted. So cross fingers, we can get a few. Rods I'm using tonight on the left, I've got my blackout. That's coupled up with the Banzai monomag to get maximum distance. Lovely casting reel. And then on the Naga, then I've just got a casting special. Rig wise on here, I've kept it simple tonight on these first two just to get them out there. The blackout, I've got an up and over 5 foot drop with double sand deal, and that's out over the far sandbank. The Naga, then I've got a whole squid, and that's 40 yards out into the first gully here. It's a lovely mark to fish, it is. It's quite forgiving as well if you want to bring novices down here or kids, because you've got two distinct gullies. You've got one that starts about 30 yards out and goes to about 50, and then you've got a big massive sandbank, and over the back of the sandbank, which is about 80, 90 yards out, you've got another sandbank. So when I bring people down here, or I tell people about this area, if you come in here, try not to cast 60 or 70 yards because you're just fishing on top of the sandbank. So either drop it in close, but if you are a good caster, hit it over the top. But yeah, hopefully now we can get into fish. What I'll do is in a minute, I'll turn you around and I'll show you how I'm baiting up for tonight, what bait I've got. If we have a cross fingers, I can battle through the dogfish and get into some ray. Obviously, I just spoke to you now with my setup I'm using and what rigs I got. Believe it or not, my old friend Graham from Showcast is fishing, I don't know, about a mile down there. He's been out there for 1 hour before I got here. He just phoned me. And he's been there an hour and he's had about 8 to 9 dogfish. He's having one a cast. So things are not looking good on not being able to catch a dogfish, but we'll battle through it. So what I'll do is I'll quickly run you through. I'll show you how to bait up. That's all I've got. It's simple. On this one, I've got a 6 foot up and over, and then I've got squid with sand eel. On the one I'm fishing in close in 40 yards out, I've just got a massive lump of squid which I caught myself. This is locally caught squid, which you've heard me talking about. As you can see, they are absolutely tremendous bait. It's oozing out. Let me show you here if you can pick it up on camera. Obviously there's the mantle of it, and you can see there the actual thickness of it compared to shot port, and the gunk that comes off it, and it's got an unusual smell. That's quite a large one. That was about 3/4 pound to a pound, that squid was. But yeah, if you can get out and catch your own squid, it's amazing bait. You'll outfish any bait you can buy in the shops. But yeah, I keep those now ready to go out. I'll keep my eye on these now, and if I do get any dogfish, I'll bring you back. But cross fingers, we can battle through them and get on to a nice ray or two. But yeah, that's simple tonight. I'm just using plain up and overs, nothing fancy. 140 yards out and then one over the top of the sandbar. If I do get a fish over the top back of the sandbar, obviously I'll put both rods out there. But if the dogfish are prolific over the sandbar, I'll try and drop in 40 yards out. But yeah, I think it's just getting away from them and leaving your bait to have a good soak for the rays to pick it up. But yeah, cross fingers now, we can get into them. I'll bring you back if we have any action. Cheers. Just finished baiting up now. Obviously I knocked the lights off, shined my head torch onto my rods, and my left rod was bouncing quite happily in the rod stand. So I'm crossing fingers that it's a ray, but 100% it's a dogfish. But this is the one which is over the far bank. Yeah, there's quite a few people fishing here, but they're up a bit further than me, and I've been watching them and they've been dragging some dogfish in as well. So I think it's just going to be a war in nutritions tonight, battling through the dogfish. The issue like I had the other night when I was fishing Calshot is they were so small they weren't even registered in the bite. So I had to drop it down to, quite a bit of weed out there as well. I had to drop it down to on the stopwatch. May have to walk out the camera for a minute because I got weed in the knot. You just get rid of this weed, but it looks like it's a dogfish down there. But that's the joys, yeah, it's a dogfish, bloody hell. But most people know fishing the Solent, the dreaded weed. Tell you when I move back to Wales, I'm not going to miss this weed. Sometimes it can be absolutely horrendous. And you know it's going to be good fishing, but then you just can't fish because of the weed. Just go out the camera for a minute. Yeah, Gordon Bennett. Oh no, well that's first of many. I'll try and battle through them, but I think that's going to be the first of quite a few. But it'll be quite funny to see how many we do get. Yeah, but that's number one. I'll get him back in now and I'll get back to you. I think it's going to be one of those nights. I just obviously just caught that dogfish on the blackout. Stuck it back in. Come back. Put the lead back out there. My left one's all slack now, so... My right one, sorry. I just hope it's not going to be one of them nights. And there's quite a bit of weed coming through as well. I think it's just going to be potluck battle through the dogfish, and hopefully you have a bonus Ray. But the weed is horrendous. I don't know if you could pick that up. There's a bloody plastic bag and everything. That's Solent is murder. But normally you get a push of weed here, then it dies off. Because I hope you can pick that up. See if you can see it. The Solent is brilliant. I ain't gonna miss this when I move back to Wales 100%. Because it's quite frustrating sometimes, the Solent. You know, especially when the hound and the stinger's there, you know it's going to fish really well, and you just... it's unfishable. Me and Steve Perry have gone to some marks, and we know the stinger's there because, you know, you can see them, the marks in the mud and that, and it's just unfishable. Oh God, another dogfish. Let me just get this weed off. As you can see, that's quite light compared to what the Solent's normally like. You normally get about 6 foot of it. But I'll just quickly run down and get that dogfish. And I'll deal with that weed in a minute. Excuse my back for a minute, everyone. just as we thought, another dogfish. It's even smaller than the last one. Nice coloured ones that is, but here we go. Let's get through these and see if we can get a ray. Cheers. Oh, well, that's not the start we wanted, innit? 2 casts, 2 dogfish, but they were only out there for 7 minutes. So yeah, not good, man. That's not good. But yeah, I'll keep trying anyway and bring you back. But this week as well, I had the privilege of my good friend Steve Perry and fellow Tronics Pro ambassador took me down on the rocks down in Dorset. Bit of an experience. I've only ever done it once before. So Steve phoned me up, and we had planned to do it and all that, but my work commitments have been crazy, so we went down there. For me, it was great because obviously we both had specimen fish. I'm a PB for me, but Steve was like so disappointed. He was like, "Oh, this is terrible, but I'll put it on there because I thought I'll put the video out because I thought the fishing was good. Steve thought it was poor, but we have a chance to sit down and have a good chat with Steve and pick his brains about how to fish rock marks safely, what bait to use, what kit to use, because I was cooked. I had 25-pound main line, and I was completely outgunned there, to tell you the truth, and I had my nagas and that, but Steve was using 90-pound, but I don't want to spoil it. I'll let Steve go into it, but I'll put the video out because I think it's good information, because Steve is the master at fishing with stuff like that, because we have a good laugh, me and Steve fishing together, because Steve's a full-out specimen hunter, and obviously I'm match angler, and obviously I'm getting into this species hunting. It's like obviously I internationally boat fish, so when I go on a boat, me and Steve go on a boat together, it's comical, which I'll take you out and film, because when you competition match fishing, you just want to catch anything, obviously, and that's what I do on a boat, and Steve just laughs. He uses half the fish I catch for bait. But yeah, I'll take you out on the boat, and obviously we'll have Steve on camera because with it on the Tronics Pro channel, and see how he fishes, because it's quite good how he does it, and he keeps everything minimalist, if that's a word, or simple. I couldn't say that word then. But yeah, that was good. I'll put that video out, but really good. It's got a lot of information how to fish it safely. But yeah, I'll do that. But I'll keep on trying here now. I'll give it a couple of hours, a good couple of hours, to see how many dogfish we can get through. Because I think it is just battling through them, and see, hopefully then you can pick a ray up. If I empty the Solent with dogfish, I might have got a chance. And if everyone else looks like they're catching them, if we completely empty it, we'll be all right. Yeah, but I'll get back to you. Hello everyone, third cast, third dogfish. Oh, this is going to be a long old night. I just spoke to Graham from Showcast, and he said he's on over 20 odd doggies. So, not good, man. But yeah, we'll keep trying. I thought I moved away from Wales to get rid of these, but no, relentless. But I'll get this one sorted out now. But we'll have a bit of fun, see how many dogfish we can get, see if we can get one every cast. But hopefully then we can get a ray in between. That's mad, isn't it? 3 casts, 3 dogfish. So what I've done is, obviously, I put one out, like I spoke about, 40 yards with a whole squid. That one hasn't gone off yet, so what I've done is I won't put that dogfish back in, and I put a slightly larger bait now on the blackout, and I put that one 40 yards, because doesn't seem to be so many dogfish in the front gully, because the ones I was sent in over the top of the sandbar into the furthest gully, they were on it straight away. So I'm hoping if I put it into the closer in gully, I got a longer soak. I'm not getting dogged out, but I've got more of a chance then for a ray to find the bait. So that's my plan of attack now. But yeah, I was thinking the other day, obviously I get a lot of messages about, obviously because I fish in Norway, fish in here, and I go down to a lot of clubs and do a lot of speaking about boat fishing internationally, and I go to a lot of shore fishing clubs, and talk about how I fish and experiences and stuff. And the biggest thing everyone always asks me, especially about Norway, and I always tell them to have a fish diary. And I was quite surprised how many people, boat anglers and shore anglers, don't have a fish diary. And so I thought I'd explain it with you. Always have a fish diary. When I go to Norway, like Skarskandet, I've been there since 2008. I've got a fish diary there. It tells me what marks fish is, the size of the tide, when to be there, when not to be there. And the same in the UK. All the marks I've got now, going back for years since I've been living in Hampshire, I've got all the marks which, you know, I've caught in the past, and you see a bit of a trend, so it saves you then, you know, going down to a beach when there's not many, you know, fish going to be there, or it's a poor time to be out, because you need to optimise your fishing time. Because you know, obviously I watch a lot of YouTube channels myself, and I watch people on YouTube go to a mark and they don't catch nothing till high water, and then I see them on there again and they're there on low water and they fish it all the way up, don't get a fish, and then they fish it on catch fish on high water. So I think, you know, unless you want to do that, but if you want to sit there for 4 or 5 hours and not catch anything, and then for an hour catch, you know, some people like to do that, but always keep a fish diary, because in Norway now, and obviously I've just started going to a new lodge in Sandvitberga, and I have been spending longer times on marks, but I'm starting to note now when the fish are there, and I log it down. You know, that was only my second time there, but you can also see a sort of a trend when the fish are there. So I'll go back out now in a couple of months, and I'm going to do go out there probably on my own or with one other, and we'll just do a recce of it and just try the timings which I've got. But yeah, fish diary is a must. You see all the top anglers, especially if you watch Gareth Griffiths, fellow Welshman. He started doing videos now. If you watch his videos, you know, Gareth is his job guiding, but he's quite clever. He fishes a mark because he knows his fish is going to be there, and then he gets off there and goes to a different mark. You know, so you're optimising, because fishing at the end of the day is all about catching fish, and that's what, you know, what we want to do. And that's when people messaging me about Norway and other things, you know, I'll tell anyone anything, I will, to an extreme, you know. But yeah, it's optimising your time. Don't spend there too long, because, you know, you could be, especially in Norway, you don't want to be out there for 10 hours when you're only catching fish for 2 on a certain mark. So yeah, definitely have a fish diary and just keep on doing it. Same as you boat fishing, you go to an area, you catch fish there, and you go there the next time on a different state of the tide and you don't catch nothing. You know, mark it down, there was nothing there at that stage of the tide and the size of the tide. But yeah, top tip, get a fish diary, everyone. But hopefully now I can let the bait soak a bit longer. 40 yards out to just try for a ray, but yeah, anything distance, the doggies are on there straight away. But I'll give it another hour, 2 hours here. I promise to take the family out tomorrow, because I've got a day off, so I don't want to kick the arse out of it, and I'll give it another couple of hours, see what happens. But yeah, I'll get back to you if you have any other fish. But yeah, everyone get a diary. Well, my plan to drop it in 40 yards did not work. Dogfish number 4. After I just told you about the diary and all that, switched the cameras off, switched the light on, looked up, going again. So 40-yard plan is out the window, because I think there's one on that one as well, which is 40 yards out. But I did have a longer soak. The distance, they were on there within a matter of 5 minutes. With this one, it did have at least 10 to 15 minutes soak. So I'll keep persevering 40 yards out, and just hopefully the percentage game, and we can get a ray. But yeah, dogfish number 4 on the 4th cast. Cheers. Hello everyone, and welcome back. I managed to get through the dogfish and catch a lovely little thornback ray. Not a massive one, but a welcome sight in between all these dogfish. I'll keep going now and see if I can get another one, maybe an Indian and a spotted ray. I was hoping when I seen it coming through that it would have been a spotted ray and another one off my species hunt. But yeah, welcome sight. Managed to get through the dogfish. But I'll keep persevering now, and I'll get back to you. It's a bit of a result, isn't it, to get through those dogfish and pick up a nice thornback ray. The thornback ray actually came in up an over rig. Chewed it up a bit now. Up and over rig, Xenon 75 pound with a little circle look and a 5/0 big dog. But it came on the squid which I talked about, the locally caught squid. Like I said, it's brilliant bait. What I'll do is I'll show you how I bait up and actually show you the gunk that actually comes off it. This one was quite a big one, so I've just cut it in half. But yeah, this makes a massive difference. You know, the conger I had down on Hurst came on the squid. Yeah, swear by it. It's no different to baiting squid up like everyone does. But I just wanted to show you how much of the oil and stuff comes out there compared to the shop one now after I finish this. The scent on it is fantastic, and like we spoke of, the skin is so tough. And it's like it's hard to explain. It gives off like a grease. And in daylight, if you cast it in the water, it's quite straight. It's like an oily fish. You know, when I go to Norway and you cast out a herring and you see like a big bubble of oil come back up after you cast it. This gives off quite a similar sort of a sheen. Yeah, just bog standard baited up. My circle hook in the top. As you can see, you know, if it comes up on here, my hands and the stuff is just oozing out of oil, ink and everything. And the fish seem to zoom in it straight away. Yeah, look, you proper got to wash your hands after it. But yeah, I can't recommend it enough to get your own bait, especially squid and that. Always works for me, and I've even done an experiment fishing, you know, squid, shop bought squid on one rod, and the squid I've caught on the other rod, and it outfishes it all the time. So yeah, highly recommend getting your own squid, but I'll keep trying out for Andy and the Spotty. Probably like we spoke about, this is wading through the dogfish now, and this is a numbers game, and hopefully it has a long enough soak to get a ray on. But yeah, happy with that. Not the biggest one, but something different than a dogfish. But I'll keep on going now. I got another 3 hours because I'm up in the morning. But yeah, I'll keep going. I'm just going to go through quickly the Showcast hybrid leads, like most people know. A couple of years back, me and Graham started thinking about different leads and that. I do a lot of work with Graham, top man from Showcast. And obviously we designed the boat lead, so then we went on to a show lead. And we come up, obviously most people have seen it, the hybrid lead. Brilliant lead. Absolutely brilliant, cast like a bullet. You see me using it in most of my videos. Locks into the sand, and it allows you to hold into the sand quite well. But if you want to roll it, it allows you to roll it by just tightening up to it. But Graham has gone away now because we were trying to get a new grip lead and that, thinking about a grip leg. So what he's done now is he's actually added wires to it, the hybrid lead, to turn it into a grip lead. I'm using them tonight. Pretty good, to tell you the truth. I know this is only the prototype, as you can see, but Graham will bring it out shortly once he tidies it up and makes it finesse. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. The only issue we had with one of the ones which Graham was using, when I just spoke to him on the phone, it locks in too much, and trying to get it out was hard work. But yeah, this hopefully will be on the market now in a couple of months when Graham actually perfects it. But yeah, brilliant. Look out for this on the Showcast website, on the Tronics Pro website. Amazing little lead once it's been finished. I think it's good for the future. Hello everyone and welcome back. But believe it or not, that's dogfish number 10. I've proper persevered now, I have. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I got to go and take the family out tomorrow. But this has been relentless. It would have been amazing if it was a match. Dogfish like this. It's hard work, proper hard work. If I have anything on my last cast, I'll come back. But other than that, thank you very much. And hopefully now, in the next couple of weeks, we can make a much better video without bloody dogfish. Because I know they have a purpose in life. But yeah, when you're trying to catch a nice fish, they can be relentless. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I managed to do it, look. After battling through all those dogfish, my last cast went out. And I managed to pull in this lovely little small-eyed ray, lovely male. This weighed just 6.5 pounds. But yeah, not the biggest one I've ever had, but more than welcome. That was a proper war against nutrition. Dogfish after dogfish after dogfish. But I stuck it up. I managed to get this lovely little ray. I'm going to get this fella back, but that's me done for the evening now because I need to get back for morning. But yeah, proper stuck that one out. I was hoping it was going to be an undlet when I could see it coming through the top of the water. But no, beggars can't be choosers when there's that many dogfish in the Solent. But thank you very much. And if I don't see you on the beach somewhere, I'll see you on the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone.